10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. TNC Predators turn.
Faceless Void.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. You may now select your heroes. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Twelfth in last year's TI. Newbee, of course, placing second, losing to Liquid in the grand finals. Neither team has had a very successful season, I would say. Newbee probably fell a bit short since they got second at TI. The rest of the season did not look so good for them, besides winning ESL1 Ginting. And then TNC, I would say their top placements was like they won Top China, that China Top tournament. And then they got 4th at DAC, which I think was pretty decent. But the Super Major, they only placed in the 8th. Area, so not fantastic performances from either side. So both of them looking to step things up as we head into TI. We already have an early smoke from Newbee. Just scouting things out. Faith is going to try and go for disruption, but he's far too far away.
That's a decent-ish smoke attempt. They're trying to figure out the lanes as fast as they can.
So those of you who are on stream, you saw the draft unfolds. We were talking, if you're listening in Dota TV, you did get a little bit of Blitz and I's talk about the draft. We're going to see which way the bounty runes go before we break that down. It looks like Cuckoo's in a good position to be able to secure this top one. So we're going to have an even split, 2 on both sides. William, who do you think has the winning draft, and break down some of the twists and turns that occurred in your mind?
So the 3rd pick Storm was absolutely crazy. It's like they picked that, and then Newbee was like, we're picking Lion. Here you go.
I mean, Storm Steward is literally the quintessential, like, is this a free Storm game? And when there's 3 picks left in the draft, it can never be a free
Somebody
Storm
told me recently, they said like Storm can only be played right now by like 3 people.
Uh-huh.
I think it was the people listed were Abed.
Okay.
Who's the other guys? Abed, Sumail, obviously, and I can't remember who the last person was.
Was it not Armel?
It was not Armel.
All right, so that's basically 2 strikes.
Maybe it's a Southeast Asia thing though.
Yeah.
Who knows? Mid one's actually a really good Stormshire too, and they were Secret was one of those teams that were early picking at it, if you recall.
Yeah.
Like they were probably the team that least relied on that perfect Storm game pick.
Right.
And that's when a team's kind of scary, is when you can just open a hero like that. I think it opens up your draft quite a bit.
The other hero that I would say is kind of interesting is the Underlord. We just saw Vici Gaming try and play Underlord. They did lose that game as they were facing up against, I believe, VGJ Storm.
Yeah, just a weird hero.
Yeah.
I don't really know what his place is, because in this dual lane meta where you want to trade, it doesn't feel like it's the best. Because the strength of Underlord's always been that he's just kind of this guy who runs to your lane, dies 8 times, and he still kind of has farm. But that's no longer really the meta anymore. So that's why players like you are sort of garbage now, Austin. You can't just indiscriminately die.
That's my specialty, though.
It's like, oh, well, I died 9 times. Joke's on you, safe laner.
Still got level 6.
It's like, you can't just get away with those shenanigans anymore.
Tree Protector and Weaver both going for KP right now, but he is healing a decent amount. And a good stun from Kaka. They are going to be able to get another ensnare onto him. Cuckoo is dropping pretty low here. He's going to get hexed up. They do have a sentry already laid in place. He does manage to get off the Fairy Fire, and he's going to be okay. It's actually his own sentry. Probably de-warded Newbee earlier. They're actually going to lay down a sentry now. Spot up the Tree Protector, but he does have the heal going. The burst damage is still too much, and it's KP who picks up the first blood. That's not only important just for the gold, but the fact that KP then gets that tremendous amount of regen from the Death Pulse.
Yeah, they're just going to trade very efficiently in this lane. And that's kind of scary for TNC, just because the tree is supposed to be the ultimate lane winner. Like, this hero is not meant to lose lanes. You require a large amount of sentries just to play against him normally. And the amount of base damage that he has, 95. Like, he doesn't really care. He's got a stout shield. He's going to trade efficiently with your supports.
Yeah.
But Kaka has so much offensive potential on this line. And I think partially it's because Raven doesn't really do anything in this lane. Like, Weaver is really good when you get him to level 7 before the enemy offlane can really do anything. But if that's not the case, you're sort of just a useless hero.
Yeah.
Because Shikuchi has such a long cooldown that it's not really an escape. Like, if you click on it, it's 12 seconds long.
Yeah.
You can't play that offensively.
I would say, like, even level 5, when you have, like, your Swarm, Geminate, and then at least level 3 Shikuchi, Weaver feels pretty good, but Necrophos lanes in general just dominate the lane in the first 4 levels pretty heavily, and they're just going to get a bunch of denies. That's going to keep Raven's experience quite low. They are going to be able to take out the opposing sentry. They do manage to get a good stun onto Raven, but KP and Kaka with a big creep wave pushing into them. Don't try and challenge too much.
Yeah. The key here is that the next courier usage goes down to this bottom lane. You can't just give up on this treant. You can't just say, well, he's going to be invis. That's life for us.
Right.
And I would expect KP to continue to just hit these bugs with his teammate. Like, they're doing such a good job of that, just instantly getting him off.
And it's good CS as well, that it's actually worth a little bit more than a normal CS. SCC going for the kill onto Armel, double leap, and does manage to secure that one. SCC, his Mirana versus the Storm Spirit. Blitz, you were actually talking about during the draft how the Mirana matches up really well against the Storm Spirit.
Yeah. In the game, it's really nice for Storm. Like, the game feels fine for Storm, but in the lane, it's annoying because you have 285 move speed base. It's really hard to dodge arrow.
Yeah.
Like, at some point, you're going to get dinked in the head by an arrow. And that's kind of just the way that the lane goes. And you
that's
sort
all,
of accept that.
In general, mobility, like early mobility, is a problem for Storm Spirit, right?
Yes.
Like, he has the same problem against Quap. Any hero that can get on top of him.
If you overcommit at all, you just die.
Yeah.
Is part of the issue. And with Storm, the annoying thing is you sort of have to overcommit for CS, because you have to step into the wave
Right.
to Remnant just to get CS.
So you're just naturally in a bad position. Faith,
Yeah.
smoked up, trying to go for a 5-minute bounty rune. Does throw down a ward, but won't be able to secure that one. We are still going to have the split.
All these lanes that have double nukes are almost always just going to be really nice against Storm, because of how he has to step into the lane.
Yeah.
You have to think of this hero more as pretty much a melee, because you just walk in, Remnant.
Yeah, and he comes forward trying to get a remnant, and that is perfect range for disruption. Leading into the arrow should be an easy 1-2 punch for SCC. Actually, they're going to split it. Looks like the creep grabbed it, so both going to get a 150 each for that one. Bottom lane, Cuckoo does manage to get off the heel, and does manage to get a bonk there onto Kaka. They're going to be able to run him down. It looks like he ticks out from the leech seed. Cuckoo keeps pushing forward. KP is forced to use that Ghost Shroud to dodge any further damage.
Yeah, he pops his invincibility ability.
Look at Fate. He's setting up for round 2. They really just don't want to let Armel get his level 6. But
he should not go back in the lane.
Yeah, he's just going to play jungle.
I would even maybe advocate for him to go raindrops here. Then it's harder for the Mirana to kill you.
Yeah.
He is almost level 6 though. It's just a tick of XP. I think he's like 1 off.
A battle at the bottom lane. KP does manage to get a Ghost Shroud off. The physical damage not going to be there, but Cuckoo really brilliant body blocking. Does manage to slow down KP's retreat just enough, so Raven and Cuckoo can get the kill. Now that the Weaver's level 4, things are beginning to pick up. SCC actually rotating down to the bottom lane a little bit late to that fight. I guess will now take over the lane. But still, Raven is going to be able to get something. Top lane, Moogie died? He died to a Crystal Maiden Underlord lane. That is certainly not supposed to happen.
My guy, Moogs. What are you doing?
Oh no.
He's even got the non-greedy build where
Kaka getting super aggressive, does get the Bucks on top of him. They're going to try and go for the kill onto Cuckoo, but Kaka's going to die at the same time. Maybe the Invis can go on time. No, SCC still managed to pick up the kill. Raven, seeing a high-level Mirana, he actually does try and challenge him a little bit.
This is the problem with playing against Tree, is that at some point your supports give up on buying wards. Because you need a sentry everywhere. And he sort of just wins the war of attrition battle against you.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'd be really good against teams like Liquid. Just because Kuro refuses to buy sentries. Like, GH sure as hell isn't buying them.
See, it's also just like the economy war as well, right?
Yes.
Like, Treant Protector just, he out-damages you. He out-heals you because of Leech Seed. It's just like value trade-offs every single time you go for these little clashes.
Storm's just farming jungle, which is what you should do on this hero right now.
Would you say this is, I was kind of thinking about some of the heroes that are quite good right now, and they seem very focused on the laning phase, but I think it's the efficiency or economy aspect of the laning phase that makes them so good. For example, Crystal Maiden, free mana to be able to spam. A lot of damage here onto Moogie. Moogie does manage to get a time walk off, but still.
That was really cool how they set that up.
We've got a nice combination of the Ensnare stun as well as the Frostbite bottom lane. Raven does manage to run down Kaka. SCC, who was still in the neighborhood, tried to land an arrow. Futile attempt, though, against that fast-moving bug.
I really like this move, though, down by SCCC to this bottom lane. He's going to give KP the farm just because the Necro's going to win you this game. Like Storm is really good against Mirana, so at some point your hero's just the matchup's not really going to work out in your favor.
Right.
As we saw in the VP versus Optic game, right?
Yeah.
And so you have to sort of recognize your role in the game at that point. And it's to allow this Necro to catch up, because he was a little bit behind in levels. Just because this line is taking up a lot of XP, Kaka.
It does seem like we're getting a lot greedier with our offlaners. Like here we've got the Necrophos offlane. An earlier game we had Weaver offlane. It seems like we're a lot more focused on some cores that scale a lot better into late game. And it seems like this overall would just be a smart plan, and being able to move your offlaner to a better position to get him into a good mid-game farm.
Yeah. Most of it here is just going to be like who is the most important hero in the game. Like that's how you're going to sacrifice. Dota nowadays, especially since like the past like 3 years, is less about the player and it's more just whose hero is going to win you the game overall, who's going to be more effective as time goes on. You want to try to prioritize that person's farm as much as you can. Like this Void, I don't think they care about making sure that Mugi has the best game, if you can tell, just because he's going to be a Chrono.
Kaka kills Cuckoo, but Kaka will end up trading out.
That is so confusing.
The 10-minute bounty runes coming up. They're going to try and fight over it. They do manage to get the kill onto the Crystal Lane and get out SCC. Don't forget about that bounty. Sam H will find to his dismay that one of them is going to be missing. Jump away from our... Well, that was kind of close. KP almost got in range of the Reaper's sight. Armel suffering quite a bit in his net worth due to the fact that he was forced to go jungle so early. And even now, matched up against the offlane Necrophos, who's now taken over the mid lane, Necrophos is still keeping him on the back foot.
I mean, Storm can't do anything in this lane, because you can't kill.
Yeah.
You don't really have kill potential, so you're just sort of sitting there watching the Necro out-trade you, essentially.
Cuckoo comes to the mid lane now. Try and lend Armel a helping hand. Would you say, so if the Necrophos is the winning hero, oh, Mugi's just gonna, he's gonna go for it. He just Chronosphered an Underlord. He does have Lion coming in from behind. He does have the big burst of damage that is required to bring down Sam H, so you can see why that Chronosphere was used. Back over to the mid lane though. Crystal Maiden, Tim's interrupted. The Reaper's Sight stops that freezing field, and they do manage to get the counter kill. So 2 pickups for Newbee. The kill at top, and then manage to stop the aggression in middle and claim a support life there as well.
You notice, by the way, that we're just talking about these heroes and how they work, like what heroes win you the game, what heroes won't. They don't really focus on this Weaver, because what is the Weaver going to do? If he gets chronoed once in the game, the fight just sort of, it just ends. Like there's no, that's kind of the problem with playing Weaver against Faceless Void, is that at some point he will chrono you, and you're just going to die. You don't really want to build Aeon Disc on this hero. Like you want to continue to be offensive because you have an ability that makes, you have 2 abilities that give you defensive capabilities.
So if he's not the winning hero, would you say this Storm Spirit is?
Yeah, which is why they're trying to just allow Armel to play whatever game that he wants. But it does mean that the supports are kind of left without a game. Like if you're a support on the side of TNC, you're not feeling super good because you're not really sure where you're supposed to be. Whereas Newbee's goals are just a little bit easier to work around.
Yeah, they like whenever you have an off lane like Underlord, you very often will not have a big playmaker as a support that you can work around.
And that's why KP is down here at bottom, because he knows it's the free lane.
Yeah.
He's like, there's just nobody that's going to be here. Nobody plays in the safe lane anymore. You just switch sides of the map.
But it seems like at the same time, Newbee are still able to play in their safe lane, in part because they have this Wily Faces Void that's hard to be able to bring down.
Yeah, they've got 3 heroes that are like that. You just have 3 heroes on the side of Newbee that you don't feel entirely comfortable going for a gank on.
So does that mean you're expecting this laning phase lead that they currently have at 3K?
For sure. And the way that TNC plays this game now is that you just let the Storm take over this top area. Like all of this is now his, which is why Newbee has placed these 2 wards pretty aggressively towards this top side. But you just allow the Storm to take this map. Like if I'm a Storm player, I feel pretty comfortable right now. You don't feel great, but you feel a lot better than you did 2 minutes ago.
Faith gets a good aggressive ward, lending a helping hand to SEC, who's going to try and take this mid-tier 1 tower. They're going to try and force it here. They don't want to let that living armor get the regeneration off, and they don't. TNC, Cuckoo comes in, does manage to get a really good overglow with a lot of damage coming in from behind. Raven, oh no, Moogie completely whiffs the Chronosphere, and as a result, Armel's going to run down the mid player of SEC. Turn around, SEC is going to manage to get a kill onto Armel with the help of the Reaper Scythe from KP. Still, what a whiff from Moogie. That was a guaranteed Weaver kill, as you were alluding to earlier. 1 Chronosphere and he should die. Well, it doesn't work if you don't land that Chronosphere.
There was the caveat of, you've got to hit it.
You've got to hit the giant ball on the bug.
Oh, man. There's just a lot of different ways that
slow
can go.
down. Kaka needs to be able to help him out. Tries to hit a stun. Doesn't hit the Weaver, though. And now he's going to be caught by Raven. He's already dead. Moogie has to back up. Faith chased away as well, but they know KP. He didn't run to the tier 2. He ran to the jungle instead and is now going to be chased down by Raven. Doesn't look like his heal's going to be up in time. Raven on an unstoppable spree. And remember, he was the guy who had the toughest laning phase of all on the side of TNC.
Oh, all of that just begins from the fact that Moogie whiffs his big team fight ult. They can no longer take that fight at that point. I think SCCC really relied on him to hit that. He had full faith in his teammate. He's like, Moogie, you got this. He's like, yeah, I know, man.
Hey, do a little fist bump or something.
Like,
remember the TI days, bro?
My guy just went for an alley-oop, got left hanging. Nothing but nets.
Well, you could see the aggression that came out from TNC as soon as that, like on that second fight, there's no Chronosphere. We just keep running at them, even underneath the tower.
Getting...
Faith, he's going to be caught. Okay, chased away. They've got the invisibility of the Mirana. Moonlight Shadow allows Newbee to be able to retreat. Still, that's something that TNC force out of Newbee, and maybe they can continue to be aggressive. As you can see, Cuckoo is maintaining his position in this middle lane. Needs to be able to cross over to the other trees if he wants to be able to catch KP out. With a leading disable, the rest of his team starts making their way forward. He's going to bonk KP once, slowing him down. Sam H is going to be trying to catch up. Managed to get a good amount of damage there from the Firestorm, especially with the KP. Now with the overgrowth on the top, but a disruption buys KP a lot of time. And this is still a tough hero to bring down. 1300 HP, Glimmer Cape, as well as that Ghost Shroud and heal.
Stupendous. Dire's top
I mean, if you're Newbee, it's like part of the issue.
Nuisance.
When you make whiffs like that, is you're scared to try again.
You start becoming you start second guessing yourself.
You think to yourself like, man, we really should have won that fight. Like, does that mean we can no longer take team fights?
Yeah.
That is not what that means, Newbee. It just means you've got to hit your spells.
Well, they do have that big spell back up again. Chronosphere is up. Reaper Scythe is up. The only thing they don't have is Moonlight Shadow.
You notice what the Storm's doing, by the way? He's farming exactly like we talked about.
Yeah.
He's just taking this area. It's by far the most comfortable spot on the map for Stormspheres to farm.
Okay, so we've gone over this several times.
Sure.
You know, invade the enemy safe lane, take over their jungle. Why isn't Newbee doing the same? It seems like they're actually trying to play around their own jungle quite a bit.
I think it's because... I'm not sure, actually. Maybe their cores just don't feel comfortable anymore. This is a good... this is what you want. You want to smoke when you have Chrono up like this.
Oh, Sam H in position. Nice. Breaks the smoke. TP's out.
Alright, that's like... You know that Moogie was... he was just like... He was a little bit not so confident about that.
He was very happy that he successfully pressed the stop button in time. If he had 2 whiffed Chronospheres... Oh, man. Faith, they're going to be able to catch a disruption into an arrow. Nice and easy. KP will take the extra 30 seconds onto Raven with that Reaper's Scythe. Actually, it's only level 2, so... Yeah,
Glimmer Cape, by the way, on this Necrophos. Because we talked about all... It's just a whole lot of magic damage.
I think the added little help of going invis and taking out the bugs. Oh, man. That always is super useful. Jump up the top lane. I think Kaka knows... that he's just always going to be Moogie on, but Moogie managed to land the 2-man Chronosphere. He's going to take the first one out. Easy Storm Spirit kill. Can he get Cuckoo? No.
Why are we that hyped about that bashes? It was like a hex target.
Yeah.
That's a confidence.
I mean, when you whip the last one, you got to get hype.
Yeah.
About the little things.
I hope he watches this game. He's got no idea what we're saying, but he hears the excitement in our voices.
Maybe KP can translate for him.
For sure.
Be all you can be, Moogie. Right now, we've got TNC. Actually, TNC are still behind Newbee. Man, it just doesn't feel like it the way that they're like kind of controlling the map. It feels like they're being pretty aggressive, but they're still 2K down to Newbee, and Newbee also have the top 3 net worth cores. How is this happening, Blitz?
I mean, they're just farming right now. That's what they were doing for the past like 4 or 5 minutes.
So you think TNC isn't putting enough effort into farming, or?
I don't know, it's a weird game because they don't really have they don't have normal playmakers. Because the Storm is supposed to win you this game, but at the same time, he's your only way to get kills.
Yeah.
Which is why they're giving him this like inordinate amount of space around this top area. Like I'll just keep alluding to that because it kind of gives you the idea of how they want to play.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like you're not going to win this Weaver versus Void battle. Like you really don't feel good if you're this Weaver. You can't just rely on Moogie to whiff. That's not a good way to play the game.
Newbee just keep on going for the contest here in their own jungle. 3-man smoke up. KP, he knows Cuckoo's here. He's going to get caught now, but Newbee, the rest of them, right behind. Managed to get the disruption. Are you going to throw in an arrow? SCC decides against it.
If they can just hold here without Chrono, this would be sick by them. Because TNC doesn't really just want to waste time here.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the downside of Underlord, I think, in this meta, is that you just have a hero that you have to sort of win team fights around him, and his contribution is that he makes all of your other heroes just slightly stronger.
And he's not a hero that can go out and catch somebody. Like, for example, Moogie's been farming out this bottom lane while Newbee are holding without the Chronosphere.
Yeah.
And you can't just send Underlord. Oh, SCC tries to go for the lead. He gets snatched in the mid-air by Armel. He's going to keep on going, finding Kaka as well. Turns around, manages to get off the Hex. He does have Finger of Death as well. No Impale, so he's going to be run down. Armel picks up yet another kill. He is now 3-4-2. He's going to be finishing up that Orchid pretty quick, and that will make Newbee's life a whole lot harder for every single one of their cores.
Yeah, that's why you see this Manta style first item on Moogie. Although I feel like he might be better served just going BKB. It's really good against the roots, I guess.
Yeah.
Nah, Manta's a really good item choice here.
Gets bugs off. Got Frostbite as well.
Yeah, I could see it for this Mirana as well. But
yeah,
he's being really cautious here. I guess they don't really lack for damage.
And in a way, he can, like his... You said Necrophos is the guy who's going to win you the game. Void is also going to do that. So he can be more of like a mid-game buffer with that BKB build.
He's just going to want people to go on him. He'll be like a false flag.
Leading things off on to Sam H. They're hoping to be able to get a Reaper Scythe kill, and they'll get it too. Finger of Death and Reaper Scythe both being used to bring down the tanky Sam H. Underlord. Now, can they do Roshan off of this? They've certainly got the physical damage. Moogie gets hit by a bug on his way in, but Newbee are not shying down. They're going to keep going for this.
If they have Chrono and no Underlord, like Underlord represents such an inordinate amount of their net worth.
Yeah.
He's barely behind this Void. It's like, why would you take the fight when you don't have your second highest net worth hero?
So they're going to need some good harassment coming out from Tim's Crystal Maiden. Slam out from Roshan. Gets Newbee a little bit lower. Roshan dropping fast. Cuckoo getting in position now. Tries to get a Frostbite onto the Faceless Void. Nailed by the arrow. And it looks like Tim's will end up going down. Roshan is still available. But TNC, they're bleeding out some heroes. Do manage to get the Orchid. Good disruption out. Faith saving his Moogie. And now they're going to find the Train Protector who was on the other side of things. Now he's pretty fast though. Lay down another sentry. Not quite going to get there. Tim's with a buyback. They really want to be able to contest this Roshan. KP blinks out of the pit to be able to spot Armel. Roshan down to 650 HP. It's just about to go down. It looks like TNC have given it up. They no longer can take this fight. Arrow actually landing on a Cuckoo. That was a line one from SCC and cleans up the kill. Thanks to a double damage that spawned at the 22-minute marker. That thing just made Roshan and that kill a lot easier for Newbee.
My guy with his model good looks.
Devilishly good plays and looks.
You just wouldn't expect it. It's a little unfair.
It is. It's one of those things where, like, you grow up and you think you've got your special thing. You know, like, oh, I may not be handsome, but I'm, you know, smart or I'm funny or something. And then you run to that guy who's all of it, you know?
Super Chad.
And you're just like, but what do I got? Well, I'm good at video games. No, SCC has that too. Sorry. Sorry, nerd. SCC is...
That hits like way too close to home for me anyway.
It hits too close for all of us, Blitz.
It's all good. He's a good dude. So he deserves all the success.
No, that makes it worse. Because then he's got a good personality too.
Yeah, but
Why couldn't he be an asshole?
good people deserve good things.
Okay. 5K net worth lead now for Newbee, 13 to 15.
And all three of their cores are, because they know that if the storm shows on the map at all, they don't have to be worried because nobody else can make a play. So you can be a little bit greedier, and now you can even be more so because SECC has his defensive item, this Void has his defensive item, this Necro is his own defense.
I mean, he had his defensive item long time ago, right? With the Glimmer Cape.
Yeah.
Feels like a pretty good choice.
His defensive item is existing.
That's true.
Go Shroud. Cool. Sick.
Just a button that slows you down, gives you extra healing. Oh, and prevents the enemy from being able to attack
It
you.
just does so much.
Okay, they're going to run into a free Train Protector kill. They will blow both of those abilities. Again, Finger of Death, Reaper's Scythe. It helps just because the added respawn timer, you don't need to worry about your own cooldowns.
This game is 24 minutes long. This tree is dead for a minute. Good times.
Yeah, he's not having a whole lot of fun. Is he? Oh, man, he's getting close to level 18, too, where he'll have the 45-second added respawn timer.
He's going to have his Aghanim Scepter, too, here in a second.
I don't remember what pro player tweeted this, but they did make kind of a good point. He was like, he said, you know, if lowering death timers, those talents, if those were OP, then why is adding death timers not OP?
It's kind of funny. That's a good point. I like that.
Yeah.
Shout out to whoever made that joke.
Yeah. Manta almost done for SCC, so he will have the double answer to Storm Sphere. He'll have the Manta to get rid of Overgrowth. He'll have the BKB for the Orchid. Whatever order he needs to use it, he's got it.
Yeah. Right now, if you're TNC, I think you just have to rely a little bit on Newbee to make an error.
And you're just like, I feel like they've kind of missed their timing to own the game in this mid game. So it feels like they're going to have to rely on just like the pure Armel late game carry.
Yeah, you see Raven's problem is that I don't think he feels good about buying any of these items. He's like, I need HP to survive the Void, but there's no real amount of HP that'll save me.
Yeah.
And so I'll get this Lincoln's because it'll be good against this Lion, but it's still garbage against Void.
Yeah.
There's just no real winning here. Because if you get chronoed into arrowed, and they just pop your Lincolns with a mana drain, you're just gonna get neck rolled anyways.
So this is gonna come a little bit more down to his play style. He just can't show at the start of a fight, right?
Yeah, you've got to make sure that the chrono is. But that's part of the problem too, is that you sort of like one of your two mobile heroes has to tank the chrono, or you just have to outfight them. But they don't have good instant jump aside from this storm. Like This Underlord, you're not supposed to. I don't think you're supposed to be this far behind because now he doesn't really provide you a way to start the fight. He just provides you a way to exit the fight and kind of survive the fight.
Yeah, if he had like Greaves as well as Crimson Guard done, then like that's a significant amount of sustain that would help you survive through the Chronosphere. Bottom lane does go down, but they beat it out the tower. Kaka sets it all up with the Blink Hex. They get the Reaper's Scythe on him as well. By the way, that is
seconds.
A level 3 Reaper's Scythe and added 45 seconds. Whew. Was it worth it, Armel? Surely not.
Mugi still has, and this is the best part about it, is that Mugi still has his chrono, and Reaper Scythe is almost going to be up again.
Disruption on Sam H. They do manage to have the blink hit onto Fate, locking him down for a while, but SCC comes in from the side, already getting the damage as well as the stun on his Sam H. Is going to try and go for the retreat, see if he gets the Dark Rift away, but he's stopped by Kaka. Now they're going to be able to catch Tims as well. This Crystal Maiden
is so slow.
Dead. He goes into the... Oh no! The Aghanim
99
seconds.
seconds.
Reaper Scythe is up again, and now you've got two heroes that are dead for almost a minute and some.
Keep the hits coming.
That is the danger of this Aghanim Scepter Reaper Scythe. It just snowballs so quickly.
Yep.
You get one pick off, next thing you know...
The scariest part is, once again, there's still Chronosphere, and the Reaper Scythe is about to be up. So you can't even take this fight, even if you want to.
Yeah.
'Cause the hope is that if they use the Chrono into a bunk situation, and you can take something like a buyback fight and go for Roshan, because Aegis is the counter to Chrono, right? It's like you just have a second life. but that possibility doesn't really exist.
Another Reaper Scythe kill. That's going to be
You're dead
cuckoo.
for 90.
Now we've got 3 people who have all died to the Reaper Scythe and are still not back up. Storm Spirit in 5 seconds, but that is going to be far too many seconds as it seems Newbee have already cleaned up both tier 3s and are going to take the melee racks at bottom lane first.
KP just deleted people for like 4 minutes, by the way.
Yeah.
Good
Painting
timing.
stun, follow-up arrow onto Sam H. They have another Reaper Scythe. No, it's 12 seconds.
Now I just want to see Reaper Scythes.
Just get everyone out of the game permanently.
Get that minute and a half buyback or death spawn.
All right, well, that's going to be 2 lanes of racks. They can't go for the final lane.
It's just
Racks,
hilarious how long it is. You're a Crystal Maiden player. Your life's not good.
Yeah.
You're level 13. You're watching this game go by you. You don't even have a Glimmer Cape, and suddenly the game tells you that you're dead for a minute and a half, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, all you can do is spam your chat wheel. Very cool of you.
99 seconds. Woo. It's like Kaka's gonna die, and he's gonna be dead for like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And Tim's is gonna watch that and just life's never fair, man. There's an allegory or some metaphor in here that I'm just not clever enough to see.
Radiant's bottom shrine has fallen.
Butterfly or the Faceless Void. Movie just go straight for it. No BKB necessary. All right, well, at this point in time, we're pretty much waiting for Newbee to screw up in a monumental fashion or for them to just finish out the game. Because they are 2 lanes of racks ahead by 30 minutes, 16k gold lead, and they probably have the better late game as well.
Yeah. I think they definitely have the better late game. Because just, you have 2 heroes that don't want to play against Chrono.
Yeah.
Which is why it's kind of crazy that they were just like, 3rd pick Storm, what can you do? It's like, that was confident. That was irrationally confident.
Well, what can they do? Well, they pick a support that can instant disable you and disable you for a long time. They pick a hero that wins the lane against you. Oh, and they pick a trump card against you as well in the Faceless Void. Yeah, that's seems like pretty good answers.
Yeah, so now he's going for Yasha, but he's going to build back into Diffusal. It's just, none of it feels good. I see people go Scotty all the time to try to, like, maybe if I just pump out enough HP.
Yeah.
Or, like, just stat. Let's be stat heavy.
The problem is like especially as a Weaver, because you're not going like these raw tank items. You're going some sort of like Lincolns, you know, it gives you a little bit of HP as well. Something else is that Void in these sort of games, they're just going to out TPS you.
Yeah.
You get 500 health, well, he's going to get another 100 damage. He'll keep pace, no problem.
They're just going to march down this top area. I think it just goes to show you how far ahead they think they are, that they don't need the Chrono. Like, they're like, Mugi, it's all good, man. You don't even need to throw them. Keep that game face on.
Top shrine is under attack.
Cuckoo. Sentries, wards all over the place. Reaper Scythe, not quite enough to be able to finish off Tim's. Does get the heal, as well as the protection of
Was
the
not
pipe.
nearly enough.
Yeah, KP overestimated his Dagon 1.
That did nothing. Did he get glimmered as well or something? No. They don't have, or he got piped.
It was just pipe.
Pipe plus tree.
Yeah,
Plus tree armor.
the Reaper Scythe did no damage. Even without that, he was not at half HP.
Oh, guy just got the mana cost or mana loss first.
Yeah, that is helpful.
And the game is not going to last long enough for that GPM to pay off.
Plus 25% shadow poison damage.
I hate that. When I play Storm and Crystal Maiden players that I know, it's like, come on. That talent was made. It's like a pairing.
Yeah, that's made for Storms, right?
There's like no other hero that better utilizes that.
Yeah.
So if you're a Crystal Maiden player and you have somebody that plays Storm a lot, do it up. Arrow's gonna whiff. They're just trying to take control of this area and then go into Roshan. TNC's aware of that though, which is why they've sent the creep in.
Hellbearer Smasher, Shadow Poison wakes up Roshan and goes and pounds the Hellbearer Smasher.
That
to a
seems
pulp.
really unfair that He took it out on that.
Yeah.
Just innocent bystander. They're just pinging the area. I think they want somebody, so they're gonna smoke. They've got Aeon Disc and a gem on their Lion.
Tagging 2. Dataless for SCC.
Okay, maybe if they walk a little bit to the left.
Up,
Yeah.
run into Sam H. They're going to be able to blink initiate onto him. The arrow will miss, but they certainly have enough damage. They'll Reaper sight them just to make sure. Now he does have buyback. First time in a while that we've actually had a buyback. Ooh, good blink there from Cuckoo just in time.
And he's supposed to be the tankiest person on their team. He's got a lot of...
Oh, and a Chronosphere actually catches 2. Now he does make a little bit of an error there with the Manta Illusions blocking himself up. They're still going to be able to get the disable onto Raven. Should be able to keep it. Aeon Disc proccing there to prevent Armel from picking up the support pretty easily.
Get out.
And now he's running out of mana. Almost completely out. Is going to get blown up. And Newbee just keep racing forward. The buyback from Armel might be able to catch something though. A lot of heroes dropping low. Moogie almost gets caught, but does manage to time walk just ahead. Faith gets the Ghost Scepter off. Okay, never mind. His TP is going to be canceled. He will be the only victim of all of those buybacks though from TNC. That is certainly not enough for them to feel good about this game.
Man, that aggression. This is like the Newbee of old. They're playing this very well. They're baiting you with their timings. The team fight. Kaka is just a sniper with this Lion right now. It's just a perfect mix of aggression so far.
Yeah. His item choice, the early Blink Dagger, and then this Aeon Disc.
They've got all in for this. They can't fight when Chrono's up.
Arrow going to be blocked by one of the Weaver Illusions.
I'm kind of okay with this attempt, but I can't see it paying off just because they can't kill Roshan fast enough.
Yeah.
This Weaver doesn't deal that much damage. And this is, I mean, it feels like we're beating it to death, but just can't play this game.
Yeah, now the Shadow Demon's back up.
Yeah, that's what you start to look for in a draft now. Is like, how do these heroes interact? Who kind of wins you the game? Can that person be countered? How easy is it for that person to be countered? Well, Chrono is a fat bubble.
And it's only going to get bigger. If he gets that level 25, he's right now level 22.
Now my man Moogie's going to get the 25 backtrack. And they're going to say, how'd you miss that Chrono? He said, 25 backtrack. That is
Underlord. This is all he's doing at this point. He's Helmet dominating. And then he's running creeps down a lane to try and stop the creep wave from pushing forward.
It doesn't work as well when you've been laned in 2 lanes.
Yeah.
Does not work nearly as well.
All right, well, now Newbee is doing Roshan. Maybe this is the opportunity for TNC to strike. Cuckoo is in position. He has the Blink Dagger. He has the Overgrowth.
Okay, I want to see it.
Roshan down to half health. Quarter HP now, 2,800 HP. Newbee get rid of the bugs first. Got a little vision. Dark Whip to the other side, but they already made the initiation. They've already blown up Armel. Now they've caught extra. The Crystal Man's going to go down as well. Sam H came in from the other side, but still. Raven the arrow. Now it's going to be the Chronosphere onto Raven. Overgrowth out, but Mookie still had the BKB, and SEC was on the outside. So TNC will finally call it. Game 1. Pretty handily went to Newbee. I would say they just felt like really in control. Even that time that it felt like TNC was being aggressive and they were owning more of the map, it actually turned out the net worth was favorable to Newbee at that time.
They had to make that play because the Chrono whiffed.
Yeah.
But once the Chrono is online, you just can't take fights. I think that's the